The Genesis of Islam, Founder, Inception, and the Prophetic Mission of Muhammad. The Islamic religion, one of the world's major monotheistic faiths, traces its origins to the 7th century and the prophetic mission of Muhammad. This essay explores the founder, start date, reasons for founding, and the central figure behind the establishment of the Islamic religion. The founder of Islam is Prophet Muhammad, born in Mecca, in present-day Saudi Arabia, around the year 570 CE. Widely regarded as the final prophet in a long line of messengers, including figures like Adam, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, Muhammad is considered the seal of the prophets in Islamic tradition. His life and teachings form the foundation of the Islamic faith. The start date of Islam is traditionally associated with the year 610 CE when Muhammad, at the age of 40, received the first revelation from Allah, God, through the angel Gabriel. This event, known as the Night of Power, Laylat al-Qadr, took place during one of Muhammad's regular retreats to the cave Hira on the outskirts of Mecca. The initial revelation, consisting of the opening verses of Surah Al-Alaq, chapter 96, marked the commencement of the prophetic mission. The reasons for the founding of Islam are deeply rooted in the socio-religious context of 7th century Arabia. Pre-Islamic Arabian society was characterized by tribal divisions, polytheism, and socio-economic inequalities. Mecca, a thriving commercial center, housed the Kaaba, a sacred sanctuary believed to have been built by the prophet Abraham and his son Ishmael. However, over time, the Kaaba became a center for the worship of multiple deities, contributing to the polytheistic nature of Arabian religious practices. Muhammad, known for his honesty and integrity, had developed a reputation as Al-Amin, the trustworthy, and Al-Sadiq, the truthful, among the people of Mecca. As he received revelations, he began sharing the monotheistic message of Islam, emphasizing the oneness of God and calling for a return to the monotheism practiced by Abraham. The first individuals to embrace Islam were his close associates, including his wife Khadija and his cousin Ali ibn Abi Talib. The early years of Muhammad's prophethood were marked by secrecy and a gradual dissemination of the message among a small circle of followers. As the revelations continued, the message expanded to address social injustices, economic disparities, and the moral conduct of individuals. The central theme was the concept of Tawhid, the absolute oneness of God, and the call to worship Him alone. The opposition to Muhammad's message grew, particularly among the powerful leaders of Mecca who perceived the monotheistic message as a threat to their economic interests tied to the pilgrimage to the Kaaba. As tensions escalated, the revelations addressed the challenges faced by the nascent Muslim community and provided guidance on matters ranging from personal ethics to community welfare. In 622 CE, due to increasing persecution and threats to the Muslim community in Mecca, Muhammad and his followers undertook the Hijra, emigration, to Yathrib, later known as Medina. This event, which marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar, is a pivotal moment in the history of Islam. In Medina, Muhammad not only continued his role as a spiritual leader but also became a political and social leader, guiding the Muslim community through the establishment of a constitution that recognized the rights and responsibilities of various groups in the diverse society. The Hijra also marked the beginning of a more organized and visible Muslim community, laying the foundation for the establishment of the first mosque in Medina, the Mosque of the Prophet, Masjid al-Nabawi. The Muslim calendar, based on the lunar year, began with the year of the Hijra, emphasizing the significance of this transformative event. In the years that followed, the Muslim community faced military conflicts with the Quraysh tribe of Mecca and other adversaries. The revelations during this period provided guidance on issues of warfare, diplomacy, and social justice. The Treaty of Hudaybiyah in 628 CE, though initially perceived as a setback, eventually led to a peaceable resolution and laid the groundwork for the eventual return of Muslims to Mecca in 630 CE. The conquest of Mecca in 630 CE marked a turning point. Instead of seeking revenge for years of persecution, Muhammad forgave his former adversaries and peacefully entered Mecca. The city that once rejected him now embraced Islam, and the idols within the Kaaba were removed, rededicating the sanctuary to the worship of the one true God. In the final years of his life, Muhammad continued to receive revelations addressing various aspects of individual and communal life. The farewell sermon delivered during his last pilgrimage in 632 CE summarized key principles of Islam, emphasizing the equality of all believers and the importance of justice, ethics, and compassion. Muhammad passed away on June 8, 632 CE, in Medina, leaving behind a religious and social legacy that would profoundly impact the course of history. His teachings, recorded in the Quran, the Holy Book of Islam, and the Hadith, sayings and actions of the Prophet, form the primary sources of guidance for Muslims. The spread of Islam after Muhammad's death was marked by the military campaigns led by the caliphs, the leaders of the Muslim community. The rapid expansion of the Islamic Empire brought diverse cultures and civilizations under the banner of Islam, facilitating the dissemination of the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad. The founding principles of Islam, as articulated by Muhammad, encompass a comprehensive way of life, covering aspects of faith, worship, ethics, social justice, and governance. The 5 pillars of Islam, Shahada, declaration of faith, Salah, prayer, Zakat, charity, Psalm, fasting during the month of Ramadan, and Hajj, pilgrimage to Mecca, outline the foundational practices of a Muslim's life. The establishment of the Ummah, the global Muslim community, transcends geographical and cultural boundaries, fostering a sense of unity among believers. The concept of jihad, often misunderstood, refers not only to armed struggle but also to the spiritual and moral striving to uphold the principles of Islam. In conclusion, the Islamic religion, founded by Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century, emerged in response to the socio-religious context of pre-Islamic Arabia. Muhammad's role as the final prophet, his teachings recorded in the Quran, and the establishment of the Ummah laid the foundation for the principles and practices of Islam. The start date of Islam is associated with the year 610 CE when Muhammad received the first revelation, marking the commencement of his prophetic mission. The reasons for founding are rooted in the call to monotheism, social justice, and moral integrity, addressing the challenges of the time and providing enduring guidance for generations of believers. Muhammad's legacy continues to shape the lives of Muslims worldwide, and the principles of Islam remain a source of inspiration, guidance, and reflection for millions of adherents.